Welcome everybody to the Just Listen podcast. Yeah, I guess that has a decent ring to it. So I'm gonna keep doing that. Today I got some really good feedback from a Telegram group that I'm in, and it's always encouraging to know, because I'm my own worst critic. I listen to my content, and I was just telling my actual friend earlier, like, yo, I'm listening back, bro, and it's just like I'm all over the place. And I listen in the comments, and I see like there's so many people that encourage me to keep doing something. I know I have a talent in a way. Like, I don't think I'm special though. Maybe I should be a big blown up thing or something like that. I don't think so. I don't think I appreciate the attention that massive success would bring in that way, where you're like an influencer type public figure. I'm not a public figure at all. I value my privacy for sure. I'm a simple man. I've had a lot of experiences, and I do have faults though. Last year I was working, this is probably longer than last year. I sent my family away for a while. That went totally wrong a couple years ago, like a year and a half, 2 years ago. And before they left, I was so disappointed and frustrated with the way things were going, to where I had to send them off, for their well-being. You know what I'm saying? I was telling my wife, if I just do anything else with this type of effort, then I'm gonna, I'd probably be really rich or successful, and so I've had my share of mistakes. I had a really successful YouTube channel, and a lot of people close to me know that, but not everybody. Long time ago, and for whatever reason, it's gone now, and I got enamored with crypto. This is like 8 years ago, man. And yeah, crypto's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it weren't for crypto, I'd be up shit's creek. Like, I hope people don't misinterpret my desire to move away from crypto content, generally speaking, as a an indictment on crypto, or even my own personal experience. Like, for example, I've met some of the dopest people you could imagine. I'm blessed for some people who are larger than life, probably larger and more successful and well connected than anybody personally. I don't like to toot my own horn like that. I think I'm lucky. That's a chance thing, And I would say what's crazy about that is there's a time where I know that person saw the same potential in me that I saw in him a long time ago. And we didn't really have a lot of contact over these years like you think. I was just impactful enough in my early crypto YouTube career to come across this person, and him, me, and our paths kept crossing. But I've had my share of downtime where I'm just, eating snacks and fucking streaming Fortnite on a random channel. And he was one of the people that popped in, and you'd be like, what are you doing here? I was blown away, even at the time, because I feel like he's like so elevated above me, to see him even like just pop in and be curious as to what I could be doing. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the first people to ever support me and trading and stuff, and to see where he's gone with that, while I just dicked off and thought crypto would carry me. I don't even need to trade. See, that was a mistake. Just like I thought rebuilding a new YouTube channel in the style that I had before I got into crypto, that was a mistake, because I thought crypto would just like overpower all that. I saw the potential, but life be lifing. So it's not like, I had a shit ton of money to throw at crypto, to where, and see, this is a hugely misunderstood thing. Like, for a lot of people getting into crypto, it's not a get rich quick scheme. Most of the people that have gotten rich, and I'm going to say 90% of them, have retardedly done the thing you should not do, and I think is apparent to everybody now, and they've got the right meme coin, or they got into the right Ponzi's, and I want, I'm not down in any of that. All that shit's very necessary for a personal crypto growth journey, experience for the average user, and where you learn what to do and what not to do. But like I said, I never threw a bunch of money into crypto to where, like, I believed in its potential way before I ever actually got involved with it at all. Back when Bitcoin was $2. Like, I don't see anything that's happened over the last 8 years that's any type of fumble whatsoever. The fumble happened for sure. Like, complete total, what the fuck, hindsight being 2020 fumble was not spending $2,000 on 1,000 Bitcoin when they were $2. The conversation I had with my wife, many of my regular audience are well aware of this. Close friends, I've spoken about this at length with them. That was the fumble, bro. Like, I could have, and here's the truth of it all. And I think this is true for a lot of people. If you bought Bitcoin at two G's, you would have been happy to sell it all for, in any lump sum. I think the last time I paid attention to it after that, it was like 6 something, and then it was it just kept going. But the point is, that was in between before I really cared to, like, I knew this was going to be something, and I just didn't pull the trigger. My wife was totally down, and I'm so risk averse that I just couldn't do it, So I didn't, get into crypto to get rich so much as to supplement income. And that mentality was a mistake. Bitcoin or stupid shit. Like, every time you take your crypto in a down cycle and use it for things you want or need, it's a huge mistake, because the classic impatience of, like, not being able to wait a year for a cycle top. But crypto was so immature when I got into it. It wasn't that developed or strong of a market to be like, yeah, in 4 years, it's all going to go moonshot again. And that's just going to be what it is. Like, I'm still very much at that time in a learning phase where, yeah, you keep talking about a 4-year cycle. I'm not really seeing it like that. I mean, hindsight, again, is always 2020. But, that was the fumble, the $2 miss. I don't give a fuck about Bitcoin at 1,000 or 10 or 15. Like, that's cool. Now that the gains are so diminished, everything I was doing with eBay 5 years ago outperformed every fucking crypto you love right now. And this is no cap whatsoever, I've sold more Pokemon for profit that went up 10x after I sold that for profit than it would probably make you sick, because it makes me sick, especially when I feel like my finances ain't where I want them to be, or where I hope they would have been by this time in my life, for sure. It's like I said, I'm a family man. So I'm gonna start doing these just listen things, because sometimes I realize I'll start a video about something, and I can get lost in the details. Maybe you have nothing to do. Maybe you're driving to work. Maybe you're just sitting at home with nothing to do, and that's really good listening. And sometimes I ramble off topic, and I don't really mean to, because I used to really be on point. It might be ring rust, because I haven't, I really stopped doing content for a while. I needed to focus on what's in front of me going on. I didn't really have time, but I want to reclaim my time better than you know. I do have a donation address. I am, without shame, because I don't like asking people for anything, but I am going to unashamedly ask for your donations, because I do want to simplify my life. I think it's one of the most important steps that I can take to further my financial future. And I'm not going to go over the whole spiel, but basically I'm looking at a very inexpensive home that I think is very achievable for me. Got all the space I need for my very large family, and it will reduce my overhead, because I'm quite sick of chasing so much money just to stay in the locality. I'm in the East Coast, California. This shit is so crazy, and it's annoying. It's really annoying. Property taxes high, keeps the fucking rents dumb high. All the property taxes doubled after COVID, which spelled, oh, your lease is due. Guess what? It's a lot more now, big dog. Or you can get the fuck out because everybody's moving out of New York City, and this is like light work to them. They're loving it, and I'm not. You know what I mean? I need to simplify my life and get to a point where I spend more time with my family, and I think that's more important than chasing money on a daily basis, because I love to chase money, like, don't get me wrong, but when I feel like I'm doing it and it's like I'm not stacking it or like getting anywhere or getting the things I want out of life for my effort, I feel like at some point you need to make a good decision. And I got great news today, because something that was a little bit out of my price range developmentally, based on my own research, again, see, this is where, again, where like crypto, it's not that crypto didn't work out for me. It's just like, I'm blessed because it's worked out for me in ways that I can't quantify in a sum of money, right? I'm about to do something that has more potential than even crypto for me. And that's just the truth. Y'all could keep waiting on the 4-year cycle. Reality is money moves in the world every day. You're just not participating in it. And the mental gymnastics that we go through for crypto, I'm like, dude, I could apply 5% of this to the real world right in front of me and make more money than waiting for development, praying, hopium-addict shit with the altcoins. And like, you see, like, I'm trying to, I'm very smart and very intelligent. I have a wealth of wisdom in the life and years that I've lived, and now I need to apply it. You know what I'm saying? It's not a hate thing. It's not me saying anything bad about crypto or that I dislike it. I really love the shit, but making it a fundamental basis for yourself on YT and for many other things. Like, if you ain't way up, like, if you getting it and you passively earning off of it, 100, 200 grand a year, you're probably really comfortable. Who the fuck do you know, honestly? Other than, I bet you they're rare, like Pokemon, like a Charizard. Who's earning 200-300 grand to live comfortably, to think that, like, crypto is it? Passively now. Like, let's say you Aave in it, and I wouldn't even trust Aave now with the shit going on there. Or let's say you V3 in it. Unless you got some massive fucking sum there, because I can V3 some shit, you know what I'm saying? I just don't have massive capital. Like, it's scaling, but like not faster than my needs. So I'm just treading water. It might buy me a few things here or there. If I had a couple tens of thousands of dollars, like it might be like worth my effort, because it's like, to maximize that, it's attentive. But thankfully, because of the relationships that I've developed through my crypto experience, I know the best steps, right? So I thank God I can call in a favor for something that will cost people tens of thousands, if not 100,000 or more. Because again, I'm an intelligent man who's living real life, and I can do my research and deal with people who do these things and just look certain things up and deal with certain people and talk to certain developers or app developers and see how much they really try. Like, you can get somebody to do it for a relatively lower price. Or you want it done correctly on the higher end and a great time frame, you're looking up there, right? But thank God, and I mean that literally, thank God I've developed relationships with people who have the technical ability to deliver something I ask for, or I have a desire or need for, because it's not like that. It's like, I'm lucky that they're my friend, you see? So they're like, don't stress, bro. Like, for real? Like, oh yes, I just saved X amount of money by having friends in crypto. So, in this regard, that relationship is, has yielded an invaluable friendship that allows me to not have to do what the average person or entrepreneur would want to do if they had something they were doing and they needed an app and all this other type of shit. And I'm really happy about that. Like, I can't quantify that in words. Like, I've gotten that from, like, sometimes whether I think I got rich off of crypto or not, whether that's true or not. It's not, by the way. I haven't gotten rich by any stretch of the imagination off of crypto. The human relationships are more valuable. Like those people that you know at just the right time for just the right reasons, and they might not be there. Hey, I stubbed my toe. Like, yeah, good luck, bro. But like, nah, like in the moments that really fucking matter and really count, they're it. You see what I'm saying? That's like invaluable, dog. Like you're not, you know, what is money? In this, you like money can't buy that. So what if I made hundreds of millions of dollars off crypto? Like, who's my real friend then? You see what I'm saying? I might look back to people that I was like cool with when I wasn't where I'm at. If I made that much money or was that successful in crypto today, I might look backwards because, and you know, I know those are the ones that's my dogs, not cause like, hey, you got something, hey man, you know what I mean, break bread, this, that, whatever. That's not the point, you know. And I think the monetization, you know, it's like the materialization of like the point of crypto. Like a lot of people are in it for the money, and that is by far the majority of people. But they can't just be happy and helpful trying to make money. It's just a lot of like ass clowning attempts going on. That's like, yo, I made more than you, you're wrecked, you didn't make this, you made that. Like, oh, that shit's gotta be out, man. That's just like counterproductive to growth, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's such a tired thing. Like, I've seen it for too long, and I'm like, it's just like the first turn off, like, yo, bro, stop. You know, I don't want to engage in that type of stuff. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So just listen, you know, it's going to be this thing I'm going to keep doing because, like, again, I almost half-assed forgot why I started this, but it's cool. You know, it's like, hey, man, we're all here together. We talking, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably going to go on Shark Tank, not the version you know, but I'm about to be on Shark Tank. And you know, cause I'm moving forward, man. I'm going solo now, man. Like Future, bro, that song be so hype, bro. When I be tired of shit and the business relationships I'm in, I'm like, I'm going solo now, baby. You know, I put that shit on. I'm like, yo, this is overdue. You know, I've been there before, and my life was cool. What I really wanted to get at though is the most happy time in my life, real talk. And it takes sometimes you don't know why bad things happen. And I have had my share. There's no shortage of bad shit that's been happening to me. And it really did start. Like, I go through shit all the time, but I'm talking about like where stuff's starting to overwhelm me in a sense, and maybe becoming more than I can handle alone. It sounds weak, but it's the truth, and I ain't scared to admit that. You know, like I'm a human being. I don't think I'm Superman. I don't think I'm special. I don't think I'm just that nigga that got it figured all out, like all figured out and like never going to have an issue or like did everything exactly right. I'm that real nigga that's, hey, and you need to get your brain right, or you need to, you know, I'm not that guy. You know what I'm saying? But the happiest time of my life was when the pandemic happened. And the reason why is because I had recently come home to put myself through a particular grind, you know, and it's cool. Like pre-pandemic, it was totally worth it. Like the money I could rake was just sweet. And I don't like sitting at home. I'm a very, you know, like I think everybody's dream is to like get really rich and wealthy and then like have nothing to do. But I've been one of those people that's been above lunch money, like way above lunch money, like so comfortably above lunch money that I could just sit at home. Now, if I wanted a couple $1 million mansions, I'd still need to go crazy trying to grind my way up to millions of dollars to afford that after taxes, right? But no, I'm just a simple man. I'm a family man. I got, you know, wife and kids and shit. They're growing. I enjoy the time I have with them. So I'm not trying to like, I watch too many movies where, I don't know if I grew up like this, like seeing too many movies where like these kids, like their fathers just be gone because they're like really important people and they wouldn't see their fathers. And I used to weigh that in my head, like, is it worth the good life you think you're having, or is it more important that the father has a presence, You know what I'm saying? And my mom and dad split up when I was a kid. So that's always weighed heavily on me. Like, I'm a little ass kid, like really thinking about deep shit, you know? And that's never left me. So, you know, I I never really wanted too much in life. I was happy with the middle class, seemingly middle class picket fence, you know, not rich, not poor, you know, middle class, not even middle class, lower middle class was cool with me. As long as my kids are happy, they don't want for nothing. You know, the bills are paid. We got what we need. Wifey's cooking in the kitchen type shit. You know, I'm very comfortable. I'm a simple creature. You know what I'm saying? I got a woman that loves me. We're coming up on a big anniversary. 20 fucking years. You know what Kanye says, but before I go off on a tangent with that, you know, the happiest time in my life was really eBaying. And see, there it is again, where I only got really onto this because it's something I always thought to do, but you know, my homeboy put me onto it. He showed me some things he was doing in the background and gave me his back end numbers, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm slipping. You know, like we out here trying to get it with crypto. This is what you like. Okay, I'm fucking up. So you put me on, and I had to find my way with that. But though, who cares? You know what I'm saying? I had the original idea wasn't what really popped it off. It was trial and error, you know. And I found out what was selling because that's all I care about. And I love to solve a puzzle as long as there's some true reward or like end goal that's getting met in the end. You know, I don't want things to be like so easy all the time. I would like it that way, especially when it comes to making money, but it wasn't so straightforward. I had to figure it out, and I had the time and mental clarity and space to be able to figure it out. They're like, yo, I'm figuring out fucking crypto, right? Like you navigating the crypto altcoin, please don't let it be a rug thing. And that makes everything else so easy when you think about it. Like, yo, just stop, like take your mind away from crypto and now look at the world again. Man, it's so simple. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, but you just resist it because you think like, yeah, I can just get this altcoin and it's going to go up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100x. Or if I hold it for 3 years, there's a lot of people that failed and have gotten hurt by that mentality. So, you know, long story short, I got into that. I had enough time, and I realized that because I only spent a few hours of that in my day, and I was like building momentum, and I'm like, okay, I can see where this can just be enough for me, and I can go see my kids. You know, respectfully, this isn't everybody's problem, but I'm very realistic about life. Both of my parents passed away before 50. So, I mean, every day is a bonus, but I don't believe I'm gonna live forever. Even if I make it past the ages they did, but it's kind of strange, like, you know, if to see both of them and they're still here in my head. I wish they were right here. You know, they're not though. And I could never see that coming as a little kid. I had no fucking clue that was coming. And so understanding how I felt and experiencing how that, you know, impacted me, I want to make sure I don't miss a thing, man. My baby girl, she told me the other day, you're never home. You're missing everything. And I said, I know, baby, but I got to go to work. I got to do this. I got to do that. But do I really? No, I'm choosing to keep myself in a bad situation that causes me to have to put so much effort forward for so little in return. And the most important thing is giving all that important shit away. You know, like I said, that was the happiest time of my life. Just spending 3-4 hours. I had time to deal with my friends. My family didn't miss me. They were in homeschool, so they're cool. You know, they were having that new homeschool experience. They found that they liked that way more than actually popping up for 8 hours a day and coming home for homework. Way more to the point, gives them way more free time to express themselves and, you know, go after their own desires and interests, you know, and experience life in a way that they wouldn't had they just been in fucking school all day, you know, with everything to do when they get home, the older they got, you know. So that's fundamentally changed, and I'm happy about that. But like, it was just such a peaceful time in my life. And I don't mean just because we were all on lockdown. The lockdown wasn't that long, but the way life slowed down and gave me time to think and say, yo, motherfuckers are dying, dog. And I know what's possible out here. I know how old I am. I have grandkids. I know that I have little kids. They didn't get to experience me in the same way that my adult kids have. And I owe them all those moments. So I gotta stop fucking around, you know. I really need to stop fucking around and working 7-12, giving something other than them my attention for 12 hours of 7 days a week, which is fucking every day, you know. Like this shit is out. When I had my YouTube channel rolling, I didn't have to do shit. I just kept making a Google check, and it was again, one of those moments where it's like, you know, I put in my effort to make my content, but I just got paid, and it was just like, this is way better than what the fuck I was really going after. But YouTube was a relatively new thing there, so no one will fault me for like, you know, like who knew what YouTube would be? Now it's fun, it's ingrained in society and life. There's no doubt about it. But that was the best time of my life. I had time for my friends. My family had more time than they needed with me. And I didn't lack or have an activity that I needed to, you know, give some effort and attention to in order to earn money. And I realized there's better ways, you know what I'm saying? So I really got off the whole point of going to the tiny home. Yeah. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna keep talking about that because my bro said, focus realizes success. And that's a real saying from somebody, another great person I've come to only know because of crypto. And I could give you more. My other homeboy, Trey, he was like, he said in the stream one time, and it really fucked with me hardcore, I can't lie, because my grandma never said shit like this. But he said, my grandma said, you ain't want nothing, you ain't gonna have nothing. And I said, damn, you know what? That's the problem. For me, at least. I'm not so ambitious like that I want to get like power rich and all this type of stuff. But you will get what you want. If you don't want something, you won't have it. You know, but if you want something, then your mind will create the reality through your own ambitions and efforts and materialize that shit hardcore. You know what I mean? And I've experienced that many times through my life, just never looking at it through that lens, like, oh, you know what? That's fucking deep, bro. Even though it's like real simple, that's a wisdom. You see what I'm saying? And based on that idea, yeah, man. Can you imagine getting a 2,200 square foot house in America it's not fucked up by any stretch of the imagination. I'm guessing it has foundation issues. I don't give a fuck about that. Okay, we can take care of that. And not only that, if like it's a $50,000 house, you know, the average home is like $300,000-$400,000. What are we like about to get a home for like 20%? It's like buying Bitcoin in a dip, like 80% off, bro. Like, what are we talking about? That's a no-brainer, but that ain't like, nah, that's what's it for me. So I do have that donation address, and I forgot that I stopped talking about that, but that's why I'm doing that. Every dollar count. My bro, he said he put 5 on it, and I realized it was 10. And I was like, yo, you know what? Set it off. And again, see, no one else has donated. Even this one guy who's waiting on Kingdom to come with some altcoins, you know, he was like trying to make fun of it. And I'm like, see, but you had no problem donating to that fat rich motherfucker who ain't give you shit, right? It's a problem with your mind and your logic and your way of thinking, not mine. 100%. See, you cool with the fat dude been blinging on niggas and straight up shining on niggas. We got everything. Give me some more. You know, and you cool with that. Yeah, let's we're heterosexual, right? And no dissing the people that make their own choices with their sexuality. God bless them. But I'm a straight man. And you claiming to be one too. You posting middle-aged bad body dudes twerking. Yeah, bro. You got something to tell us? You trapped in the closet? Like, that's your business. But you know it is 2026, bro. You could just come out. You feel me? But even if you feel like that, what I'm saying is like, why are you trying to shame me? If the rich dude lay it out there, that don't mean something's wrong with me. I really took some shame in that. Like, damn, I don't know. I even asked. I said, is this shit tacky? I don't know. Because it ain't tacky for him to do it, clearly. And he done it 3 times. And he done got hundreds of millions. All I'm trying to raise is like 50. And you know what? You have no clue the things that could be possible for all the donations that when someone like me, who really wants not too much out of life, a simple man that just wants to see my family happy, healthy, and comfortable and worry-free, when I achieve that, to understand like, yeah, I'm going to turn around and be what my crypto friends have been to me, because I have nothing else to do and all that giving is free. See, that's too easy. That's the new reality for me. So I'm going to talk about anything I want on here. Thank you for the great feedback in my comments, in the telegrams. I think we all hopefully understand each other a little better. I'm not against nobody. I'm not bigging up anybody. I haven't given up on crypto. It's not that it's not working out for me. I just understand from my own life experience that I'm going to do much better applying my focus to something that's going to outgrow even that. And I know this is true because I've watched a friend that is bigger than anybody you know, 100%, in the most impossible field of crypto, grow on the channel, in their bank accounts, in their private keys, and beyond. You see what I'm saying? Verifiably, no cap, none of that shit. And if that person's my friend and that person believes in me, and other people who are successful are my friends and would hold me up, like if I prayed to God because I needed some help or I was in some situation and he's the person they decided, I owe it to them to lift myself into a way better position so I can join them in being a great friend to someone else. Maybe changing someone else's life, maybe having the impact on someone's life that they've had on mine. That's real shit. I don't care about people's shit coins and all that. Man, all that shit is we gotta stop. Like it's just a waste of focus. You know what I'm saying? And there's time for all that. And I'ma still be here because, like I said, that thing that was going to be very expensive for me otherwise, because I've made the great friends in crypto, that's I've, thank God. It was like, amen, so be it, let it be done. And I'm like, what? Yes. You know what I'm saying? And I thought I was asking for too much. I didn't even want to bring the shit up. So I'm happy now that it's going that way. That means I'm on the right path and I'm not going crazy. And like, yeah, this is going to be what it is. And whether people donate enough or I earn enough on my own, I'm going to go get that $50,000 house and live the best life I can live and provide my kids the best existence they can have. And then I'll grow that shit too. And the next house I get after that, it's going to be cash too. Fuck that finances shit. See what I'm saying? It's chasing the wind, stupid shit, you see? And so with that in mind, I'm glad you guys are all here. I'm glad you've encouraged me to keep going. I certainly will. I'm going to reclaim my time. And ideally, someone or many people will be inspired to continue to donate. Yeah. And I will keep working in case you don't, and I can achieve my goal and get to where I need to be and simplify my life. See you on the next one.